YouTube! What is going on, y'all? It is your boy Young Texas, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Season 4 of Call of Duty Warzone is set to begin next Wednesday, June 22nd. Season 4, called Mercenaries of Fortune, has been receiving plenty of teasers over the past few days. We have seen teaser images, teaser trailer, other intel such as the name of the season and the general theme of this season, and plenty more. One of, if not the single most important piece of intel regarding Season 4 was the introduction of Fortune's Keep. Fortune's Keep is expected to replace Rebirth Island at the start of Season 4 as Warzone's small map battle royale resurgence. Given the news of Fortune's Keep introduction, players were stuck with a decision. Do they continue on with Resurgence in Fortune's Keep instead of Rebirth Island, or they make the trek back to Caldera? Caldera hasn't seen any significant updates since the beginning of Season 3. Now, if you remember, Season 3 was when we were introduced to Operation Monarch, a huge in-game event with Call of Duty Warzone. Not only did Operation Monarch bring changes to the actual structure of Caldera, but it also introduced the two titans in King Kong and Godzilla. However, since that event ended and Godzilla and King Kong made their way off of Caldera, we haven't seen any real updates or especially content updates to Caldera. Now, with the announcement of Fortune's Keep, many players were left questioning if Caldera would receive any significant updates at the start of Season 4, given that this new map would surely take up a lot of attention. Like I said, given all of this information, players had to decide, would they go with Fortune's Keep or would they go with Caldera? Now, some people might make that an easy decision, but Call of Duty decided to throw a wrench into that and make things a little bit more difficult. Raven Software is in fact making some amazing changes to Caldera. Now, these are changes that are going to improve gameplay drastically, and it is going to convince a lot of players to come on back to Caldera and definitely increase the longevity of those that have stuck around. One thing that is coming to Caldera in Season 4 is secret Mercenary Vaults. Now, these are going to be spread around the map, and these are relating to the theme of the whole Fortune's Keep and all of the fortune that's coming to Warzone with Season 4. Now, of course, not specifically Fortune's Keep, but the whole theme of fortune and money and gold and all sorts of things like that. It can certainly be assumed at this time that these Mercenary Vaults are going to be full of plenty of loot that makes it 100% worthwhile to track down these vaults and fight for its contents. In addition, Caldera is going to receive a visual update, and there will be 50% less vegetation on Caldera. Caldera, as it is a map with a lot of foliage, meaning there's a lot of bushes, a lot of trees, and a lot of environmental factors that make it very easy for players to hide, very easy for players to camp and sneak up on unsuspecting victims. However, with Season 4, the developers wanted to make it a bit more tricky to hide. Half of the foliage on Caldera is being completely erased, which means people aren't going to be able to camp as often, they're not going to be able to blend in with the bushes as often, and it is going to make visibility on Caldera incredibly better, which of course was one of the biggest faults with Caldera. As far as what the players were saying was that people were just hiding so much, but this update is going to deter players from hiding. There is also going to be new micro points of interest spread around Caldera for operators to explore. Now, these MicroPoIs are not going to be named, they're just going to be small locations like the little towns that you would see spread around Caldera, little groups of houses that don't have a name POI, but they are definitely full of a lot of loot and definitely a safer landing spot than maybe one of the busier locations, because you're still going to be getting a good amount of loot without having to really fight for it. However, one of these specific MicroPoIs is garnering a lot more interest than the other because of how it looks from the bird's eye view. Now, if you take a look at this new updated Caldera map, you might recognize this new MicroPOI that looks exactly like Storage Town from Verdank. Now, if you remember, Storage Town was an area on Verdank right next to the airport where there was just a bunch of storage lockers, and that made for some great gunfights with the verticality, allowing players to jump on top of these. hiding inside them, and so many other things, even such as the pool house that was located right next to Storage Town. And it looks like we might be getting all of those factors back with this new Caldera update. It's going to be really interesting to see if Storage Town does in fact come back into Caldera. This might as well be a named point of interest, and it's quite possible that as of right now it's not, but it will be when it is revealed to be Storage Town, because the developers, you know, they gotta at least keep it a little bit of a secret, even though some sly little detectives on Twitter were able to match up the sky views of them, and yeah, they're exactly the same. I gotta tell you, that's probably gonna be one of the places I go, and honestly, even though at right now it's not a named POI, I bet you when Season 4 drops, it is going to be the hottest drop location on Caldera. That said, if you're not one that likes those early game fights, maybe avoid Storage Town, but heck, if you want to drop in and test your wit and your gun skill and see if you can get a lot of kills, you might want to drop there. Along with all of these updates in Caldera, there is also going to be plenty of more updates to make Warzone that much better going into Season 4. But yeah, guys, that is effectively going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like and comment on it down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to turn on those notifications so you never miss any of my daily uploads. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are most excited about for Warzone in Season 4. For even more from me, be sure to check out the links in the description below to connect with me on all of my social media so you never miss any of my content. Also, for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, intel, and so much more, be sure to use the links in the description below to connect with IPC on all of our social medias as well as our website. But other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and that's been it. Peace.